Hey guys, if we are live with the audio, this is a video about forget about Slayer and clues right now and be a skiller, okay? Be a skiller on RuneScape right now. Try to avoid buying bonds for real life money. I know a lot of us are guilty of it. I do it from time to time. And then, that's not really playing the game, If you want to play the game just to get pets and to beat the game that way, then I guess that's your thing. But I found, after buying a bunch of gold for bonds, that the actual considering yourself good at the game, you're a cheater basically. It makes you feel like a cheater. I understand if you don't really want to grind out 10,000 hours of money making to be able to afford all the shit that you need on the game. But, put it to you this way, from 200 mil rune crafting, you make about 6 billion GP. A little bit more than that, maybe about, up to about 10 billion GP from 200 mil rune crafting, between, 6 to 10 billion GP, which will buy you everything that you basically want and need. So that's why I say, fuck being all about Slayer and bossing and raiding and all this crazy shit. First things first is you got to make the money to get the gear to do bossing. So if bossing is your thing on RuneScape, I guess that's kind of like not really playing the game, If you want to buy bonds with real life money to afford the gear to kill the bosses and stuff, I'm always looking into the future, I think I'm always looking into the future, I think if you play the game, then please play the game, but don't ruin the economy. It should be like a ladder system. The economy, I think, should be like a ladder system. There's better ways to play the game. If you're passionate about RuneScape, you'll start out as basically a skiller. It sounds nerdy. It doesn't sound beautiful. It doesn't sound romantic, but 200 mil rune crafting is pretty much my goal right now. Something that I want to achieve in the next 5 years or so is 200 mil rune crafting. And okay. 200 mil agility, or not agility, I mean thieving, is another about I think I calculated it is about 1 billion GP. So yeah, from 200 mil thieving is another 1 billion GP, and that's like mid-level game mastery right there. Is 1 billion GP. If you guys think that the mid-level game is when you get like 70 plus in all your skills. That's not the case. The mid-level game is after you max. After you max your account and get all the quests done and shit, all the basic shit, quests, achievement diaries. When you start going for boss logs and 200 mil all skills and all like collection logs and pet hunting and stuff, you know, that's when you pass the mid-level game, is when you pretty much comp your account. If there was ever such a thing as a comp cape on old school RuneScape, if there ever was such a thing as comp cape on old school RuneScape, you know, that would probably involve maxing your account, number one, completing all the quests, which I've almost done. You know, achievement diaries, and maybe like have achieved like certain like other stuff just comping. You know, it's like there should be another cape next to comping. It's completing all the technical aspects of the game that's not basically the collection logs. And maybe you should be required to complete all of the combat tasks for the comp cape as well. There should be like that cape right there, and then that plus like combat tasks, you know, that would be the comp cape. And then there would be like the mastery cape, or we would call the mastery cape, and then the completionist cape should be 200 mil all skills, all pets, you know, all of the collection logs besides the rare section. That's the thing right there, is you have to categorize things as rare. You know, pets, yeah, I mean, pets, you know. Should pets be a part of the mastery? That's a good question right there. I think so, yeah. I think so. You know, what is RuneScape without pets, you know? Ever since pets became a part of the game, I've had a goal to have, you know, all the pets. Yeah, it's only a few pets. Yeah, it's like, what is it, like 63 pets? It takes like a couple years, you know? Yeah, but people work jobs and stuff, you know? The game is hard for me, knowing that people work jobs. Don't design the game for the highest level players, you know? The highest level players are fucking crazy. Something wrong with them, you know? I got a life. I don't just play RuneScape. I have a life, blah, blah, blah. I think like good old Linux Titan, the Linux Titan era of RuneScape, you know, he got like his fucking sailing skill, you know, and then we need to focus more on creating the final mastery cape of RuneScape for the final like mastery to beat the game. To beat the game, you know, should be pretty much, we're gonna stop designing the game for the highest level fucking players, because Linux Titan lives with his fucking parents, by the way. People got jobs. You need to be able to beat the game in a lifetime. If Linux Titan wants to, you know, play the game more, then create a new account, and that would be a great way to continue climbing on the high scores, you know. You know, that would be a great way for him to continue climbing on the high scores. There should be a, what's it called? Like a high scores for every account that's tied to your Jagex account. That's how we negate that part. So yeah, what's more impressive than just leveling your skills beyond 200 mil is leveling your skills, you know, beyond 200 mil. Rather than raising the XP cap, you know, probably just Linux Titan should make a new account, you know. If you look at all the people, let's look at the high scores real quick. Linux Titan, does he still play RuneScape? You know, who knows? I don't know if I care. We gotta confront this guy. What is this? We have to understand that the game really belongs to... this guy is just a straight skiller. He's killed 186 Jads, though. Yeah, Linux Titan, you know, they're trying to build the game more for we're trying to build, we should build the game more for the average motherfucker who has to work a job and stuff. That would be like a benefit that I would give to people. And if you don't work a job, if RuneScape is what you want to do with your life, you know, I think you could always create multiple accounts and compete on the high scores and have alternate accounts, and we'll have, you know, you know, bosses that you could multi-log at, like, for example, like Bandos boss, I think would be a decent boss for that. like a very high level boss to take like 4 accounts, 3 accounts or 4 accounts to Bandos boss. And multi-log Bandos boss would be like a meta, when they release like, have like 4 accounts at Bandos boss, you just have like 4 RuneScapes open on one monitor. I think Jagex should sell personalized computer monitors that are made for RuneScapers, multi-log, like monitors specifically for multi-logging. It sounds stupid, but that would be a way that Jagex could make money. They need to pump more money into the game without using microtransactions. I don't think that the current owners of the game are very satisfied with the amount of money that they're making. They're only making like let's see. These guys, so as of today, I have 9 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I think that's really awesome. I'm not spoiled by people don't want to subscribe to my channel and stuff. It doesn't like. I think like I have one of the best click-through rates of like anyone else in the community. I'm like way up there, because if I have 9 subscribers and if I've published less than 100 videos for YouTube video making, that's really good, So thank you guys who subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of interesting videos coming in the future. I think that's going to be my thing on RuneScape YouTube, is to create the best guides. Some of the best guides that I possibly can. And, make interesting videos and with interesting topics. Alcan, shout out to Alcan. He inspired me to be basically a high-level RuneScape player. I don't know how much fucking RuneScape this guy plays. It's just a lot, and it's crazy, This guy's insane. How the fuck? I mean, in 1,000 lifetimes, I don't think I could ever have the RuneScape balls to build a hardcore Iron Man. To almost 200 mil all skills, and then take it bossing and stuff. This guy is like crazy, and there's something wrong with him. I mean, in a good way, in a RuneScape kind of way. I wouldn't want to. I don't know, This guy is good. So shout out to Alcan, shout out to Bodhi. Shout out to all these guys. not too many of them. You know, I'll put it to you this way. I would like to last a really long time in the RuneScape video making scene. So anyways, alright, so what is it? What was the main topic of this video? I really don't remember. Let me try to think about it for a second. Damn, what was it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Let me talk about my progress to maxing and stuff now. My herbs are done, which means I think my birdhouses are done. So I get to go on an herb run right after this trip it fires. So, yeah, my progression to how I want to max this account. I'm working on my daily farm runs. I do my daily farm runs now. I was doing them every other day. Now I'm doing them every day. Been training a little bit of hunter, some independent like hunter training. I don't think birdhouses are going to be my only method of getting hunter XP. I want to get 99 so I can get that max cape. Max cape is going to replace my Max Cape is going to replace my Fire Cape for when I'm doing melee. I don't know which is better. Max Cape is going to be like my daily driver, like let's find out the stats of the Max Cape. If it is close enough to the stats of a Fire Cape and a +4 prayer bonus, I forget. Let's see. If the stats are like close enough, let's see, +1, +11, I don't know. It has a better prayer bonus, so yeah, Max Cape is probably going to replace the Fire Cape for Slayer, even though it provides like a +1 attack bonus. Oh, but Fire Cape provides a strength bonus, man. It's like an extra max hit, you know. Yeah, I don't know, is the prayer bonus, probably interchangeable, really. If you think about it, that +2 prayer bonus can be a lifesaver in Slayer and save on prayer potions, and not to save on money, but to save on inventory space. So it, reduces the amount of times you have to bank on average during a Slayer task. If you have closer to a max prayer bonus, you pretty much never have to bank during Slayer. So it's always a compromise, and there's always a way to figure out how to do Slayer better. With every new piece of gear that comes out, like this new Oath Plate armor is on the journey to 200 mil Slayer. I'm very much the type of player where I'm probably not going to be bringing optimal gear. To every Slayer assignment. My differentiating factors of combat styles is not like stab and slash and crush and stuff like that. My differentiating factors are basically melee, range, and magic. I guess I'm gonna have to learn the Slayer tasks and know what combat style and what spell and what blah blah blah. Learn the ins and outs of all the different weaknesses of all the different monsters and stuff, and what weapon to bring and where and stuff like that. All that shit is going to take a long time for me to figure out. Anyways, I think this video was meant to be about don't be as much of a PVMer. You really want to be more of a skiller, because skilling is, pretty much getting your skills to 200 mil. That's at least more than 50% of the game. And then going for all the pets, or all of the good pets, or just all of the pets in general. I'm lagging out right now. This is not good. Well, there goes the internet, so I guess this video is over. So, yeah, but, pretty much, yeah, I'm a skiller on the game now. Until I get the money for the best PVM gear, I'll just be a skiller. And, so fuck it. This video is over.